Hosted by you/you Pugoat me. Background, I'm 32, she's 34, we're Catholic, and she has 3 kids from a previous marriage. We dated for about 8 months and then decided to get engaged because things were going well. I felt like she was my person, and she felt the same. I got along great with the kids, and we were both only getting older. We were supposed to get married in December, but I don't want to anymore. I moved in about a month ago to save money with the goal of paying off as much debt as possible before the wedding so we could buy a house soon after. This is when everything changed, and I feel it's been for the worse. She immediately wanted a joint bank account. I didn't want one because I felt it would turn into a control issue, and it has. When I told her I didn't want a joint account, she said, well, maybe we shouldn't get married. She controls every aspect of the money and everything else, even down to what I eat. I have to ask to spend $4 on medicine when I'm fighting a sinus infection, and we aren't hurting for money. I make $75,000 after taxes. As for my health background, I've had ulcerative colitis since I was 20 and had my colon removed when I was 25. I literally have to eat more than I used to because I don't absorb nutrients like a normal person. She gets mad at how much I eat, so I have to sneak food at work. I've tried to explain this to her, and so has her mom, but she still doesn't get it. She tells me I have to work at least 70 hours a week Monday to Friday, and as much as I can on Saturdays when we don't have the kids, so we have extra money. I don't spend money on anything. I use my personal money just to get the amount of food I need, and even that was a fight to get what food I do have for work. If I accidentally take something meant for the kids, I get in big trouble, even if it costs only $1. Or if I don't take leftovers to work, trying to leave them for others so I'm not being greedy, I get blamed for wasting food, even though she didn't tell me to take it. She has also yelled at me for taking too much, so I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. She shows little to no affection. I work 12 hours on my short days, and around 15 on my long days. I only have 1 or 2 short days a week. I'd like to feel wanted and desired when I come home, but I feel nothing. I never get a hug, kiss, or any kind of excitement when I come home after a long day. Some of the long days mean I don't see her for 2 to 3 days at a time. There's no excitement, just a question of what more I can do around the house. I've even gotten in trouble for sitting down for 10 minutes after getting home one day because I need to use my time better. I take care of everything around the house, yard work, home repairs, and doing whatever else needs to be done when no one feels like it. Heaven forbid I forget to do one thing after a long day. Getting help from the kids is a chore. I'm feeling used, like I'm just here to provide money, do as much as I can, and whenever I bring something up, it gets turned back on me. Am I crazy for not wanting to go through with this? We already had a talk about how I can't live like this, and things were good for a couple of days, but then it went back to the regularly scheduled program. So, I don't feel like anything will ever change. When we had the talk, she straightened up a bit, but over the next few days, she made jokes about what I brought up, so I feel like it meant nothing to her at all. I don't know what to do. Update 1 week later. We had another talk, and some of you mentioned that she would just say what I wanted to hear and then go back to the same old crap. You were 100% right. I've been paying attention and testing her responses to things. She twists her answers to sound different, but in reality, she's just saying the same thing. For example, I explained that I was still hungry after dinner, and she said, word for word, I think you should just focus on not being hungry, then you won't want to eat. I was shocked. This came right after we had the discussion about my body and my condition. So, I just grabbed some water and went about my business to avoid fighting, but, like, are you kidding me? Anyway, I've got a plan together. I won't be able to put it into action until Friday next week. The car we got is in both of our names, but I'm only on the loan as a cosigner. So, I'm getting a rental, because I can afford it when some psycho isn't controlling my money, and I'm loading everything I can into it and heading out of town while she's at work. I'll be going to my parents' place in the next state over. She won't be able to find me, which is good. I'm also getting a new phone and number before I head out of town. I've already changed my direct deposit, opened a new bank account, and while I'm at work, I'll be calling to get her off my credit card and everything else. I'm waiting for the payment from our joint account to post to the card, should happen sometime next week, so I'm not stuck with the balance. I'm also pulling what money is rightfully mine out of the account before I leave, and then I'll take my name off of it. There's a significant amount in there. I'm cutting my losses on what I've already paid toward the wedding and everything else, which is whatever. I don't want that money to taint my new money. I'm expecting her to freak out and blow up my phone, but I don't care. Just getting my plan together has been so liberating. On my way to my parents, I'm meeting a really good friend of mine, who's been there through this whole process, for lunch, and then I'll head to my parents. I haven't even told my parents yet, so they don't know anything. I've got all these crazy ideas of things I want to do, and I'll finally be able to do them once I'm out, and it feels so damn good. I can't wait. I don't know if I'm more anxious to get back to who I was or more anxious about her reaction. Either way, I don't care, I have to go. Commenter. Why are you leaving the car with your ex and still making payments? Ops response. Sorry for the confusion, the payments come out of the joint account, which I've stopped my direct deposits to. I'm leaving the car with her so she can't report it stolen and have me thrown in jail or something crazy. While a rental is expensive, I can afford it, and to avoid any possibilities of issues, that's what I'm doing. Second update 8 days later. A few of you asked for updates, so here goes, all good news. I'm out and free, and I feel great. I left early in the morning with as much stuff as I could. I went to the next town over and sat in a parking lot waiting for the rental place to open, just to make sure she didn't have a chance to look around before work and find me. Before getting the rental, I withdrew all my money. After I got the rental, I went back to the house to grab more things, but she must have figured it out and locked me out. Thankfully, I had already gotten all my important and expensive stuff, so that was a relief. I went back to the bank and got a printout of all the transactions from the joint account, and I was immediately pissed off. I had to ask for medicine, yet there were tons of Amazon charges for eating out, money transfers to other accounts, and more. Meanwhile, I had to beg to spend $4 on sinus infection medicine. It looks like she was moving money around so I couldn't track it all. I gave the printout to my friend, who's helping me put together a spreadsheet to track everything easier. On my drive down to my parents' place, about 4 hours away, I managed to reset all my passwords and remove her as an authorized user on everything. Also, before leaving, I opened a new account and debit card and switched all my financials over. After meeting with my parents, I went to visit an old friend, someone I've known for over 10 years but hadn't seen in 2. Her mom cooked me an incredible meal, seriously fit for a king. Later, we went axe throwing and had a great time. I ended up spending the night there, and in the morning, her mom made me another amazing breakfast. Her family is so kind, and they treat me like a son, so they were happy to have me. Her mom even asked if I needed a key to the house, lol. This morning, I drove back to my parents' place, and we went to a flea market. It felt amazing to spend my money on whatever I wanted, without any constraints. This is the kind of life I want to live, not one controlled by a crazy person. I feel great and I'm doing great. Leading up to leaving, I was super anxious and having trouble sleeping, but now, that weight is lifted. I saw my ex Monday and briefly on Tuesday, but then didn't see her for 3 days due to my schedule. During that time, there was no I miss you or anything like that, just messages asking me to do things. On my way down, she didn't try to contact me at all. I've left Messenger open for now until everything is sorted out, but everything else is blocked. She did try to reach my parents, but thankfully, they didn't answer. I've got quite the road ahead of me to get where I want to be, but it'll be an easier road to travel than what I was doing before. I've already contacted a flight school and will be enrolling to get my private pilot's license in the next few months. I can't wait. It's been a huge dream of mine since I was little. This has been the best thing I've ever done for myself and my well-being. I'm really looking forward to seeing where things go and what I can achieve from here. Thank you all again for the sound advice. The only thing left to sort out is the vehicle we bought, but I ran out of time. I've got a meeting with a lawyer next week to get that taken care of. Much love to you all. Third update 1 month later. I haven't signed on since my last update, but we traded in the car we had together, and I got myself something new, completely free of her name. She had 2 friends show up at the dealership, a male and a female, which made me laugh because I showed up with no one. I finally got all my stuff too, though she waited until the last possible day, of course.